Yo, what's up guys? Cole aka Proximitty here, bringing you a brand new video today. I'm bringing another real talk style video to my channel. You guys seem to really enjoy them and I like making them. This one isn't going to be anything too crazy. It's just something that I had on my mind the other day, and it was actually prompted by a conversation I was having with one of my friends. But I figured I want to share it, not because I'm just like this all wisdom having, powerful human being who can give you all the answers to life. But, you know, I feel like if there's something I have an opinion on, you guys are interested in it, you know, I might as well share it. And you guys seem to like these videos, so why the hell not? Plus, I feel like sometimes it's kind of like an older brother type figure to people who you know, might be able to take something away from this. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not just... my point is that I'm not trying to be like, you have to listen to what I say, but my 2 cents on the matter. This one's going to be kind of about having an unbiased opinion, having your own opinion, and just kind of being yourself altogether. So this is going to apply to not only Halo, but life. And I'm just like gonna rewind till I was back in grade school. This one's not gonna be about me almost not passing high school. It's gonna be back when I was in elementary school. Music, you know, I don't know when you guys started listening to music that you liked listening to, but back when I was in elementary school, it was the early 2000s. So things like YouTube and you know, listening to music streaming online wasn't quite as popular. It wasn't the you know, it was possible, it happened, but it wasn't like a big thing like it is nowadays. People would download music online, but you had to have an MP3 player to listen to it. See, I didn't have that. I was a kid, you know, so the only music I ever listened to was on the radio, you know, driving with my parents, you know, here and to, going to school, going home, going to soccer practice, coming home. You know, that was the way it was for me, and I would be listening to just generic alternative rock, and I never really liked much of any of it. But it's weird because that's how the music was to me. Like, if I thought of music, that's what I thought of, and I didn't really have too much of an opinion because it just sounded okay. You know, I never really got to find artists that I liked and things like that, but I just kind of thought like, yeah, some music's okay, some isn't. But whenever I got into, I think the 7th grade, it was 7th grade, I got my first MP3 player, and my mom handed it to me, and it was like a $25 MP3 player. It held like 20 songs on it, and I don't care. I mean, I was like super excited. I'm just saying, like, back then, those were actually like made. I don't think people make those anymore. That's when music started becoming more accessible to people, and it became more popular for people to have iPods and stuff like that. So I had this little off-brand MP3 player, and I got home and I was working on it on the computer. And, you know, I was a kid, so it was hard for me to figure out how to get music on there. And I only was able to get one song on it that night, and that was Move Along by the All American Rejects. I'll never forget that. That was the first song I had on there. It's the only song I had on there. And I took it to school the next day, and I showed it to my friends, and I was like, we were listening to it, and everybody was like, oh, this is so cool, and it was awesome. And then I got home and I put on more music and all that. And then I think like it was either the next day or like in the same week, I was listening to music with one of my friends. You know, we were sharing like one headphone, a pop. We'd be sitting next to each other, and one of the songs had a female vocalist. Can't remember the name of the song. I can remember how it goes. I'm not gonna hum it for you guys. You guys just have to believe me. It was. I liked the song, but it had a female vocalist. It was like a female rock band thing, and I liked it, and it was cool. It wasn't Evanescence. I feel like people are gonna suggest that. It was not. Anyways. But one of my friends was like making fun of me for it. Like, he's giving me a little crap because it was like girly music or whatever. And because of that, I stopped listening to that. And then I like wouldn't listen to it as much. And then I completely stopped listening to it at a certain point. And then, you know, a couple months later go by and I hear that song again. And I was like, man, that song's awesome. Why did I stop listening to that? And it was purely because of somebody else's opinion on the song, I stopped liking it. Which is ridiculous. Which is what I'm going to try to get into. If you think about it, you're like, that sounds really dumb. So that was my music example. Let's apply that to Halo real fast. I was talking to my buddy Ant, the boy Ant. He makes some interesting MCC content. You should check out his channel. Link will be in the description below. But we were talking DMs on Twitter, and he and I had gotten into it in the past about, you know, whether or not Halo 5 is a good game, and he didn't like it, and I did, and we were talking about the reasons we did and didn't like it and all that. And he only played MCC, and, you know, still friends with him. I love the guy, but, you know, it wasn't, like, malicious. We were just, you know, saying, like, here's what I like, here's what I don't like, all that. And he DM'd me the other day, and he was saying, like, dude, I got back on Halo 5, and I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. And he was then explaining to me that some of the reasons he didn't like it were just because some of his other friends didn't like the game, and so he was kind of just feeding off that negativity, and so he didn't really have his own opinion about the game. And whenever he went back and played it unbiased, just open to it, he said he actually really liked it. Now, I'm not saying that everybody that doesn't like Halo 5 or any Halo title need be, you know, whether it's Halo 3, Halo 2, Halo 4, I'm not saying that if you go back right now and play it, you're going to like it. I'm not saying that. I'm perfectly believe some people just don't like a game, and that's okay. But I'm also saying that sometimes maybe you should, you know, take a step back and think of it for yourself. Don't don't necessarily just ride the wave of whether or not you like it or don't like it because of the, like, what the popular opinion is. You know, if a lot of people don't like Halo 5, a lot of people are going to go into playing Halo 5 thinking it's going to be bad. And so if it's even, like, kind of bad to them, they'll probably just think it's trash. You know, I'm just trying to encourage people to have a little bit of their own opinions and be themselves in their own regard. You know, Rogue One was that Star Wars movie that came out, you know, a couple months ago, and I'm going to go see it. We went to the premiere with all my friends, and I was excited. I thought it was going to be cool. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I have my reasons. I could go on and on about why I didn't like it, but despite popular opinion, I did not enjoy it. And I didn't want to lie to myself about liking it. You know, at first, when we first walked out of the theater, I felt really disappointed. And all my, you know, some of my friends were talking about what the things they liked, and we were just standing outside for a second and talking about, like, the things we did and didn't like about it. And I was just like, I'm not going to lie to myself about it. Like, I didn't enjoy it, and I have a ton of reasons why. But yeah, so that, I don't know, that's kind of just what I want to get into, I guess, or what I got into. Is like, don't worry about what other people think. Have your own opinion. Don't lie to yourself about something. If you like something, then listen to it. If you like a game, then play it. If you like a movie, then watch it. Who cares what everybody else thinks? Your life's too short to worry about, oh, I really like this type of music, but nobody else I know likes it, so I don't listen to it, or they'll make fun of me if I listen to it. Like, who gives a shit? If that stuff makes you happy, if you enjoy listening to it, then listen to it. I wouldn't worry about what everybody else says. You know, I bought a pink hat the other day, like a pink snapback, and I was wearing it for a couple days, and I like the hat. I like it a lot. That's the reason I bought it. And I saw it came across my stepdad and my mom, and they were giving me some shit just for like wearing a pink hat. But it's okay. Like, they were just, you know, poking fun and whatever, but that's okay. And I was okay with it because I consciously made the decision, and I knew that I liked the hat, so it didn't matter what anybody else thought. So, I don't know. I guess, like I said, it's kind of like big brother advice to some people. If you're older than me, then I guess whatever. You might already know this, but it's not an easy thing necessarily to do, to like really just become comfortable with your decisions and don't worry about judgment from people. But, you know, that's kind of what you have to do. You know, nowadays, I listen to all sorts of different types of music. I don't worry about what people think. I listen to like really, really heavy metal, and I know a lot of people think I'm weird for that, but that's okay, because who cares? I also listen to like Lorde, like, you know, the girl who sang Royals. I love Lorde. I'm super excited for her to come out with new music. I actually tweeted about it the other day. I listen to all sorts of different stuff, and it's not worth worrying about what other people think about the type of music you listen to or the games you play or anything like that. All right, I think I've made myself clear. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.